Right, time to explore this village. This building is in the middle of being renovated, but that is not a match for... Whoa! Whoa! Oh dear. Landed in water there and... Hello, oh, okay. Right, man, what a dark dungeon that was. Don't end up in that darkness again. Well, seems this really is a house under renovation, because just look at all of these holes. We got to skillfully... skillfully, dexterously Kirby our way through the... Oh ho ho! What a crafty... Wait, there's nothing there. See this stuff, viewers? Honestly, paisanos, the stuff I put up with. Rats. Oh no! Now I gotta navigate this... I mean, you can barely see Kirby's pink puffiness there, but... Come on, look at this madness. Curbmaster, this is a disgrace. First that cruel treasure chest that Kirby jumped past in that last dungeon. Now this. Man, you know, the insane difficulty of this game. That chest, this darkness room, it's like Curbmaster has just got a vendetta against me. It's as if I did something bad to Curbmaster in the distant past, and he's getting revenge. Luckily he's got Jade to keep him in check, apparently. So thanks for having Thanks, Jade. Excellent, we made it through. We did all that nonsense for 700 gold. Oh wait, look down there, there's another chest. Aye, that was just a teaser, a taste of what's to come. We're going to get a fantastic reward in that other chest. It's got to be worth it. All the time we're investing, carefully edging our way between these holes. Aye, this is going to be worth it. And no questions answered anyway. Man, what a clever trick making these boxes walk through. Only some of them though. Specific boxes. There's nothing back here either. Wonder what this house is going to become after it's all these holes are repaired. All of these random holes in the floor. Ah, we made it! What's up here? I see that ladder down there. We're going to fall down that, but... So there's nothing up there? Fine. Get the excellent super duper reward! You berk, Curbmaster. I like how the music changes in this game. Nice touch. Oh, speaking of which, whoa! Hey, this song sounds familiar. Ah, but this is Super Smash Brothers RPG. I think we need to make this a bit more appropriate. Hey, that guy seems suspicious, but forget him for now. Let's dance! Why? Whoa! Ah! You want to see the Curbmaster dance? Yee-ho! I'm the beast! I'm the beast! Look me dance, I'm Kirby, yeah! I'm the beast! I'm the yeast! Man, that was made! Oh, but seriously though, back to the subject at hand, that big fat stock RPG maker, that orange man, said that they were DK. So I smell a rat here. Link smells a rat, at least he's having none of this. Link's onto that orange fat man. What? Such language! Oh, you've done it now, Link. You don't call DK... like nothing. Rats! He's gotten in a fight! Oh man, I don't like this. Link, this is appalling behaviour. Unacceptable language. I'm not prepared to tolerate this kind of behaviour. But the fists are on, the gloves are cupped, the... whatever, yeah. Link, wait a minute, actually, Link, take a step back here, will you? Have you lost track of what we're doing? We just wanted him to reveal himself. You don't want to have a fight with DK. Whoa! The fists are flying! Oh, well. Mario just bet against Link. Well, nice to see whose side you're on, Mario. Fight's not over, but Link's not down for the count. Oh, he's going to charge up a super move. Huh? Ah, finally. Yeah, man, why'd you put us through that? Did DK not want to create a scene? Well, so instead of creating a scene, he just had a massive, no-holds-barred fist ball outside the pub. Great logic, DK. Well, DK isn't known for his intelligence, is he? But why is he wearing that ridiculous stock RPG Maker orange Fat Man costume? Link's just telling him to take the thing off right now, but he's embarrassed. What? Honestly, DK, don't make this more complicated than it is. Just take the stupid costume off and get in our party. Whoa! You're not DK! Explain yourself at once! Oh dearie me. DK accidentally used some bleach instead of shampoo, and he turned into Amaro. Okay. Well. Oh, I see. Aye. Thanks for clarifying, Link. Aye. He turned into the sprite of some character from Final Fantasy VI, because that's how it goes. So, sorry, but although you can see all the rest of our fine heroes there looking quite like themselves, DK is going to forever be a white gorilla from Final Fantasy VI, because Curbmaster was too lazy to draw a sprite. Because Curbmaster was too lazy to draw a sprite. There was no... DK's integrity would have been seriously damaged if Curbmaster had tried to draw his own sprite, instead of using a well-constructed, professional one that looks nothing like DK. Whoa. Calm down. Man, so many pubs in this game full of drunkards. What kind of message is Curbmaster trying to teach the kids? Well, probably the same kind of message that Super Smash Bros. Does, which is beat each other senseless for no reason. Well, it's not like that isn't what the characters in the games do anyway, huh, viewers? Mario goes about jumping on innocent turtles' heads. Link slashes things with swords. Kirby inhales happy little walking one-eyed abominations straight into himself, and then just sinks to the ground and they're gone. Or he spits them out, or he turns them into a star and spits them back out again. What a horrifying concept, really. Kirby is such a terrifying idea when you really think about it. Eesh. But with that, it's time to... Well, we got the one thing that mattered in that whole village, which was DK. So, why don't we have a look at the man? I mean the gorilla. I mean the ape. I mean the... What even is he? Yeah, gorilla? Ape? Some manner of simian. Some simian Smash Brothers character. So he's got a plastic hammer, because DK's well known for his hammers. Just like what we had when we were young. Yeah, whatever you say. Whatever you say, Curbmaster. But I think DK is one of the most classic Nintendo characters. In fact, literally the most classic. He's the first character, I suppose, Nintendo ever had. I mean, Nintendo had video games, they had Game & Watch and all that stuff in the 70s or whatever, but they were just little stickmen. Even though they did make that stickman a character in Smash Bros. Melee, which came out after this was made, so that doesn't really matter, does it? Over to the right here, the next thing. But first, there's got to be some other stuff to see around this region of the world. Look at the size of this. Look at the size of this map. You just know there's some tantalising stuff. But there's also... Let's go to the weapons shop. What does he have to say now that DK's here? An interesting new weapon for Curbsters. It's weaker than the old one, but it's way more expensive, so you just know that means there's something special about this one. So we've got to get our hands on it. It'll have a special bonus effect that'll be worth the price. And the armour shop's got nothing. Oh, yeah, DK's played the game. But you like beating the monkey. Oh, you're lucky that DK didn't just smash your head in with a hammer, kid. Or at least steal a bunch of toys in your likeness. Lots of nice towns in the east. Bear that in mind when I'm 50 levels higher and I'm able to actually fight those things there without getting killed instantly. Man, the difficulty curve in this game. The spike! Spike! How do you know it was bleach? Spike! Whatever. What are you thinking about now, mate? Hanging yourself? Great stuff. Dear sweet darling dollface, I miss you. I can't be bothered with this. I'm too old for this stuff. What's the worst that could happen? Well, that was not the best thing that could have happened. But no, we're still not going to that cave yet. We got to return to the earlier towns in the game and see the new stuff everyone's going to say. Yeah, don't you remember when you go to a new town or a new party member? A lot of people in the old towns have new things to say. That is one of the best attentions to detail in any early to mid 2000s RPG Maker game that I have ever played. So Kirby Master should be very proud. Or maybe it was Jade that made these dialogues. Someone took the time to write all this stuff that, I mean, let's face it, let's be honest, who would be sad and pathetic enough to think to go back to the early towns in the game and talk to people, and keep doing that as the game progressed, just to see a few lines of dialogue from townspeople? What a miserable life would a person have to live to even imagine, just even think of doing something like that. So yeah. Even the weapon shop owners in the early towns have new stuff to say for our new characters. I tell you, so much love was put into this. And speaking of new stuff in the old towns, it's the Colosseum has its next match! Battle 5. Getting the gold, of course, because that's what matters. The exp only applies to Kirby. What do our advice personages have to say? Oh man, a tricky battle. Most unexcellent mang. Oh man, this is bide. Kirby does not like the looks of such a thing as this. It's leftovers, and the drage. Oh man, I've had enough of dragons at this point, let me tell you. Well, no, that's not true. I've learned to make peace with dragons now. No, I've learned to respect dragons now. No, I was just out for an ice cream the other day with Philip. Having a nice time at the beach. Well, I mean, he tried to have his ice cream, but it melted as soon as he put it anywhere near his mouth. But that's what you get. I completely forgot. In fact, I've got some good news to tell you about that. He's made up with his girlfriend. Yeah, she actually saw the video where he spilled his guts about that, and she felt bad and came running back to him. So now they're getting married in a few months. Isn't that wonderful? He even invited me to the wedding. Man, human-dragon relations have come a long way in the last few thousand years. No mistake. I mean, I'd invite all of you lot to come, but I'm out of crayons. So, we won the match. And Curbs has his gold, and he's got a special item. The speed boots, excellent stuff. But one of those advice people said there's a special item that makes you faster. Well, what could that item be? I think I can guess. This speed boots item that makes you faster looks suspiciously like an item that makes you faster. So we're going to try that. And yeah, our attack charge bar is now going to charge with no difficulties. But man, I must say, that Simura wand attacks all the enemies in the enemy's party in a normal battle. So I thought maybe it would attack all the enemies in the Colosseum. And that would make these a cakewalk, but no, of course it doesn't. That'd be too easy, wouldn't it, Cubmaster? We couldn't have something that was actually not ridiculously difficult in this game of yours, could we? Oh well. I'm gonna have to do this the old-fashioned hard way. I mean, I could just go level up, get Kirby more hit points, come back, but forget that, I want that gold now. You've seen how hard it is to get your hands on gold in this game. But besides that, we're playing this the way the game was meant to be played. Kirby is going to get all the stuff he's supposed to have when he has access to it. And not a second later. Sometimes you see zombies. Where did the idea that zombies are green come from, viewers? There's my Mr. X question of the evening. Where did the idea of green zombies come from? I mean, we've all heard of the classic. We've all heard of the green zombie, but what started that? Because I mean, I'm not a zombie expert or anything, but I am aware that the movie that popularised what we would call the modern zombie was Night of the Living Dead, which was made in the 60s, which was where the first movie of its kind where zombies are shuffling, shambling, dead people that wandering about in massive swarms, slowly closing in on helpless towns and eating everybody and slamming them and all that. But that movie was also black and white, so they weren't green. So the question remains, what was the first zombie thing to make them green? Maybe they were green in the really old zombie movies before that one, where zombies were some sort of voodoo or hoodoo, thing. The old legend goes that witches or mages of some form, bad personages, resurrected, brought back the dead from their graves to do their most outrageous bidding, like slamming other people or stealing things. Generally something not nice, because the kind of person that forces someone's dead body to be alive again just to work for them, be a slave to them, is probably not the most respectable citizen. So yeah, maybe they were green, maybe they painted them green for some strange reason. Couldn't tell you. Point is, these zombies are green. The zombies in the House of the Dead aren't green, which was the game that gave me my first introduction to zombies, really, and absolutely terrified the life out of me. Oh man, I was scared of that game like nothing, let me tell you. House of the Dead. Absolutely terrifying zombies to little 8-year-old Mr. X or whatever I was, back when that thing hit the arcades. Oh dear. Scary zombies. I mean, now it's an absolute, complete and utter total joke, because those games are just ridiculous. I mean, now it's just a complete, absolute, utter joke. I mean, the sequel came out in the arcades later, and I felt, oh man, I'm scared of that game too, because it's also about zombies. But years later, watching videos of it on the internet, it became obvious that it is one of the most laughable, ridiculous things ever because of the voice acting. House of the Dead 2 has the most legendarily awful voice acting in anything, and I'm not exaggerating there. The villain's voice is just indescribable. But we're not gonna. But this is no place to be talking about House of the Dead. It's not like we're ever going to be covering that subject in Team Sponkel. So instead of that, we're gonna win the match. Look at all that juicy gold. It's better than that stupid 700 gold chest in the renovated house. Or the potion. Man, that whole house. How much effort did Cubmaster make? How much effort did Cubmaster put into designing all of the holes there? All of that stuff. The dark basement. And for what? For that? I think the real joke's on him. Not us. Sheesh! Whoa, calm down there. No need to get antsy. Speaking of ants, there's a spider. Oh, no match for us. Ah, you see that? That's what we like to see. Finally heading to that next special cave place. Hey guys, what's happening? What are you talking about? Is something bad going to happen? You idiots! You've all got families! What the... I'll be quiet, folks. This is serious time. Yeah, when stuff actually gets serious and emotional, Mr. X just quietly slips out backstage. Because that's the only place for him. Did I ever tell you about the time Philip showed me his DVD collection? Oh dear, that was a laugh and a half. Well, it wasn't a laugh at the timing. It was a laugh after we'd climbed out of the volcano, but... oh hey, what's going on here? Oh, it's those guys again. Hey, wait for us! Man. Oh, a secret eye. What a crafty game. Well, at least an M-Tomato is a semi-decent item, if that heals a lot of health. But slow down, guys. Let us catch up with you. We want to see what's going on in this cave. We want, in fact, it would only help us to. It would bolster. We'd all get by much better in this cave if we all acted as a team. I mean, 8 party members at once. I mean, although RPG Maker can only handle a 4-person party, so actually it wouldn't help at all. In fact, what a lot of RPG Maker games would have made you do in a situation like this is have all the people walking along, but you had to fight 2 separate battles with both parties. You'd have to fight 2 separate battles, one for each of the parties of 4 people, back to back, to simulate a complete battle, because that would just be the kind of annoying, obnoxious stuff that RPG Maker games would make you do. Man, reminds me of a certain enormous, massive RPG Maker game, probably the biggest one ever made, and that is not, which was actually finished after the early to mid 2000s. I'm shocked to tell you. So fat chance of seeing this on this channel. So fat chance of seeing that on this channel. But that game, man, it's huge. It's massive, sprawling, epic. But good grief, does it play some garbage with the battles? There is one scene. There's one sequence in an airship or a series of airships where you spend literally a half an hour to a full hour just walking from one place to another, fighting soldiers, over and over and over again. Nothing interesting happening. Just that is it. When I say fighting soldiers, I don't mean fighting random battles. I mean they're all forced encounters, fixed battles at certain key spots. Just nothing but that constantly for half an hour. Man, that whole game had some strange priorities, but, well, we're not going to get round to that anyway. the story with these people here is just getting stranger and stranger if you're paying attention. They think they're getting attacked by some monster, but they're gradually disappearing one by one. It's weird. What's going on here? First they walk into this cave saying they're worried about saying they've got families, like they're going to get killed or something. Then they take a drink out of the stream down there, and now they just suddenly start vanishing into thin air. Oh dear. Kirby, you better watch yourself. I don't want you lot vanishing on me here. I'm going to have no game to play without you. I need you, dweebs. Oh dear. Nothing for it but to just keep pressing ahead. Finding our way through these secret passages and going through this massive labyrinth of a cave. Trying desperately to find our way. I do like the labyrinthine maze style of these caves though. I mean, the dungeons, they are quite nicely drawn and designed. All of these little passageways you've got to sneak through like those. How it all passages go under other ones and above one. Passages go above and under each other. There's multiple layers to the map. Levels that you're on. It's charming stuff. And I think we're getting lucky here without having a single random battle. Because it would be a bit of not, given this game's encounter rate, it would sure be annoying having to fight random fights in this place. Man, imagine if you had to go through an enormous maze-like dungeon in this game, where you were just fighting random battles constantly every 2 seconds. And then imagine on top of that, that there was some horrible condition on top of that that made it even worse than what I just described. And that would be a miserable slog of an experience to be sure. But no need to worry about that. Ah, that's what we like. That's what we like to see.